You ever wonder what happens in gaming? I do. This is Gamer Experience. I'm your host, ChoasAssassin. I was given permission to do a solo episode. Not sure why. Let's see what happens. Today I'm going to be talking about AI in gaming. Now I know that's a bit of a controversial topic because everybody's talking when they say AI, they're talking about, the artificial intelligence that is there helping and doing things for everybody, but that's not what I'm talking about. Granted, I do think part of that can be helpful in gaming. I don't agree that it needs to be in everything. I think it needs to be in moderation. What I'm talking about with AI is things like combat AI in various fighting games. Like, why is it as weak as it is, but in other games, it's stronger than some actual people? An example of this is in the game Smite. I I'm not terrible at the game. I've played PvP in it, but if I go up to like hard level bots, they play better than some of the people I've played against. So it makes me wonder, how does that AI work? How is it that we can make an AI that's better than some people in some games, but not in every game? Is it just a skill issue thing with the various games? Food for thought. There are games, however, that I'm sorry, their AI needs to be updated. Like in stealth games, you know, you're patrolling a route, you pass your buddy down this specific thing, you go pat and your buddy's not there, you're not going to be curious of where your buddy is. Things like in Metal Gear. I'm sorry, you walk the same hallways every every day. You've been walking it for the past hour. That box was not in the corner. Now there's a box. Nobody's moving anything. Why are we not seen from that? But because of some AIs like that, certain things can get really funny. Like in Metal Gear, where you could just sit there and literally run right behind somebody and they don't see you because sound doesn't work with them. It only field of view, which is always in front and always like with horse blinders on. It's really weird. If you were to make an AI, what kind of AI would you make for a video game? I'm curious. I really am. I'd love to hear y'all's answers. You just type it in at gamersperience at gmail.com. Yeah. I'm trying to stay as focused as I can to show I can do a solo episode, but I'm not very good at this stuff. I'm really not. I always do better when I'm bouncing off of people. I wonder if AI could do that. Is there any AI games that y'all could think of that it learns from the player? I heard that there was a horror game that the enemies in the game run two separate AIs. One always knows where you are, and the other doesn't. And they work in tandem to try and get and figure out where you are. I don't know what the game is. Remember, it was like a horror space game, but it makes it rather interesting. What are ways AI can help us as gamers? I've seen people do challenges in League where they'll ask AI for, "Hey, I'm going against this champ. Who should I play and what should I build?" And sometimes it works really well. Others, not so much. I've also heard a lot of issues, especially in Call of Duty, where they've been using AI for art. Not a huge fan of that. I understand, wanting to have things like that, but give it to artists. Ah, Kagi Doko is a horror artificial learning intelligence game. Cool. Was just shown that by my roommate Shaguto. How dare he spy on me during a recording? Really? Okay, so according to Google, for a horror AI learning, Minecraft and Roblox is within that.
Mods, I would assume.
What kind of AI does Minecraft use? Does it have an AI? Oh wow, that is a lot of different. That's a lot of learning AI.
Someone that you might not have expected.
Kahoot?
Kerbal Space Program, too.
Wonder if we could make an AI where you could tell them what kind of game you'd want to play, and it would search everything.
Yes.
And come up with a game.
There is an AI like that.
Is there really?
There is an AI where you can put in a word prompt, and it'll come up with a whole like fantasy D&D type setting storyline for you.
Well, that's D&D. I want like a video game.
D-based, fantasy-based.
Yeah, but I'm meaning games that are there.
I'm aware.
Not something that we would have to sit there and design and create.
You put in what you want it to make up, it'll make up a storyline.
Yeah, but at that point, that just sounds like it's making the game. I just want games that are already there. I want to be able to type in, I want to play a MMO like Skyrim, but not ESO, with mechanics from Borderlands as far as a looter shooter. And it come up with like Warframe or...
I don't think that are quite that.
It'd be a type of search engine. Because at that point, you could type in something similar to what Not Much likes doing for like City Skylines or things like that. Type in a game like that, he might find something new. That's what I think would be kind of cool. But I don't think there is an AI search engine that has a database of the basics of like all these different games.
You said an AI search engine can make a game.
No, that can search for games.
AI search engine.
I have a feeling Not Much is not going to be very thrilled. This is supposed to be a solo episode. I work better with somebody. I really do.
So there is one for developers.
Well, that's developers. I want something that I could play.
Yeah, you can play shit. I don't think it's games, but...
Nah, I could look into it later.
ChatGPT might be the best thing for that.
ChatGPT. I don't understand everybody's issue with AI. I really don't. I understand, not wanting to take things from artists and everything else. But why are we complaining with the artists when we've made machines take over jobs? It's the same argument.
There it is. Yes, Chat AI. Game Finder, free personalized game recommendations.
Oh, yes, Chat AI, huh? Huh. I will look into that later. I'm recording. Go back to playing your game.
Well, I was going to have you look at it and try searching up a game.
I will later.
God.
I don't know if I'm the best person to talk about things like AI because of some of my views, but at the same time, if people are going to get upset with AI for taking work from artists, why are those same people that are complaining about that not complaining about all these machines that have taken humans' jobs? We used to build cars by hand. Now it's all automated by machines. Why is that an issue? We're making machines that can do what doctors would need specialization for to help save lives. I don't think we need to stop AI. I think we need to use it in moderation. I think if artists were to use AI and then edit what AI's done, I think that might be better. But if they're taking other artwork from other artists, why don't we make it to where, okay, you're an artist, well, scan in all of your artwork. The AI that we've designed will only pull from your artwork, so it's still your artwork being created. Because I heard that was an argument too. But I'm also curious of what is AI doing in video gaming other than like combat AI and things like that. I haven't seen much. The only thing I've seen is that there's an AI being developed that you can give it a prompt of what style of game you want, and you make the storyline, but it designs a game for you and makes the game for you. I don't think it's sophisticated enough to do something like Call of Duty, like the modern things. I could see it doing, okay, it could do that, but it's an 8-bit or a 64-bit game. I can't foresee it being as sophisticated as it is, or what people are going towards. I also don't like what some of the video game people are doing nowadays, especially the companies. I have fallen out of favor with Nintendo. I don't like what they're doing. I don't like all these prices going up. These are supposed to be hobbies. We're supposed to do this to relax. We're not supposed to be stressing over, are we going to have money for the next game that comes out? But it's the way the world is. If AI is making these games, well, then we don't have to pay. We don't pay AI. So at that point, if AI is going into games and they're designing, 2/3 of the game, should it be cheaper for us to buy the game? If AI is going into all these games, I'd say we should have to pay less. Now, would that be something that people would be okay with, though? More AI in games for less price. But my question is what does that do for beta and alpha testers? I used to beta test games. I don't think an AI is going to sit there and see things like that. But at the same time, with AI, they'd have perfect response time. So it'd be like a tool assisted, because their AI runs of video games that they just do things so perfectly it's not funny. One of the ones I know of is Zelda Wind Waker. If you can do it correctly, you can end up going from Onset Island to another island with skipping like 90% of what you need to do. And all you do is swim back and forth at a frames. So you look one way, pause, put the joystick the other way, unpause, pause, and go back and forth to where you're looking back and forth because you build up negative speed to the point that you end up going positive or something. Linkus7 would be a person to watch. He's explained it, but I don't think AI would think of doing things like that. But I also think that AI could pull it off easily. What if AI was in speedrunning? With how advanced AI is getting, is it possible that in some speedruns people have used AI for them? Would AI have its own category? The other thing I don't like with AIs in some video games is cheating AIs. For instance, in Pokemon Emerald, in the Battle Frontier, I have seen videos of the game having the enemies pull off things that are statistically impossible. For instance, one of the best videos I know of, Quick Claw has it's like a 15 or 12% chance to activate. They had it activate and hit Horn Drill, which has a 30% accuracy chance. They had that happen 3 times in a row. I have been playing Pokemon for 20 plus years. I think I've gotten Quick Claw to activate maybe 4 times. I don't use it that often, but most of the time when it's actually activated, I've already been faster than the enemy Pokemon for some reason. Although in first gen Pokemon, the AI in that game would choose its moves after you went. If you were to be fighting something that would be weak to ground, but swapped in a flying type, it wouldn't use a ground type move. But there'd also be times that if you went to swap something in that'd be better, it would end up reading what you did. Lately in League, one of the biggest issues we've been having with some of the bot games, because we're trying to work on our teamwork as well as showing Shaguto how to play, the AIs will almost always auto dodge any skill shots. Like we've had it to where they've been running and immediately will, pull off maneuvers that even pro players would have a hard time with. I was playing Morgana close range, and I went to use one of my abilities, and the bot flashed to the other side of me to dodge my thing right as I hit it. What are good things AI has done for video games? I can't think of any. I could think of funny things AI has done. One of them is a meme. In Skyrim, if your stealth is high enough, enemies will be, what was that? Must have been the wind. I just think it's funny. I have done so many runs in Skyrim of Embershard Mine that I can kill almost everyone in it without being caught. The exception to that is the guard that is sitting in the chair that is between the 2 cells, because you have to distract him, and sometimes the distraction doesn't work very well. I think that'd be an interesting run. I might try that. How many dungeons of Skyrim can I do without ever being seen? Can I do it without ever being seen? I think I'm going to try to stream that. That'd be fun. Sounds like fun for me, at least. Give me something to do. I just got to remember to stream. I've been meaning to stream. but it's difficult to find the time. As of late, life's just hectic. I think one of my favorite forms of AI is the AI that amiibos have in Smash Brothers. The AI for the amiibos, they learn what you do and will learn to combat it. It's something that you can use to make yourself better. How would you make an AI? It makes me curious. Like, what goes into building AI? Is it something anybody can do?
I think it's just programming specific.
It's just a specific kind of program?
I think. Don't quote me.
I'm quoting Shaguto on that.
Hey.
I'm trying to come up with more because I was told to try to make, 30, 45 minutes, but I just can't. So I'm just going to end it. This is a lot harder solo. So I'm gonna have to tell not much. I don't want to do this again. Not solo. I need him to bounce off of. But if you have any questions or comments, we've got a Discord, Gamer Experience Podcast. We've got a YouTube channel. We've got email, gamerexperience@gmail.com. Can't remember what our X is. Just message us. It's Chaos Assassin, and I invite you to have your own gamer experience.